Heeramandi, the Swan Song. Episode 8, aka the season finale of Heeramandi, starts with Malika Jan realizing that Alamzeb had been far too traumatized by Tajdar's death. Biba Jan takes Alamzeb to Tajdar's grave so that she can give herself some closure over her death. What happens when Mr. Baloch finds out about Tajdar's death? At the same time, Mr. Baloch questions Cartwright and Mr. Henderson about his son's death. The two British cops lie to Mr. Baloch and tell him that the freedom fighters had shot Tajdar while he was in their custody. Cartwright further goes on to claim that the freedom fighters were afraid that Tajdar would leak their plans and kill him before they could torture him to spill the details about the protests. Mr. Baloch kicks the officers out after being too shattered by his son's death. Do Feridun and Malika Jan end their rivalry? Feridun comes to the Shahi Mahal and apologizes to Malika Jan for going overboard with her revenge. Malika Jan also apologizes to Feridun and hands over the palace keys to Feridun. She claims that Feridun was the true heir to Malika Jan's legacy. The two join hands to save Heeramandi from being closed down. Biba Jan attends a meeting with the rest of the freedom fighters where they pledge do or die and promise to kill the British cops. The cops show up to attack the freedom fighters, but one of their friends, Rizwan, is shot as the others escape. Biba Jan takes the freedom fighters to Heeramandi and Malika Jan offers them a place to stay. Do the Nawabs help the courtesans in the freedom struggle? Feridun tells Wali Muhammad that Heeramandi would not entertain any nobleman going forward as the courtesans were going to take part in the freedom struggle. Wali Muhammad tries to explain to Feridun how she was doing the wrong thing, but Feridun is adamant. Wali Muhammad is sure that Feridun and the courtesans will not be able to successfully overthrow the British rule and leave. Alamzeb learns that Dadajan was very sick after hearing about Tajdar's murder. She shows up at the Baloch house to meet Dadajan and asks her to be courageous and get healthy for the birth of Tajdar's child.